3 people have been shot and 2 others confirmed dead inside the Durban Magistrates court. The other person is reportedly in a critical condition and has been rushed to hospital. We'll have more on this developing story later in the bulletin, but for more on it, we cross now to our reporter Sbongakonke Mbatha, who's standing by. Sbonga, what's the latest?
Good afternoon, Nompu. We continue to wait outside the Durban Magistrate Court to get further detail as to what actually transpired inside Court O, inside the courtroom here at the Durban Magistrate Court. But from my previous crossing till now, what we've managed to gather is that the person who has been rushed to hospital is allegedly the perpetrator who fired the shots inside the courtroom, who is allegedly the husband who was here with his wife to settle for divorce. And earlier on, it was also rumored that one of the deceased is the alleged boyfriend of the wife. Meanwhile, at the very same time, there's detail that it was not the alleged boyfriend of the wife who came to court with the wife, but rather the brother of the late wife. And it's a very traumatic experience, seeing that the moment it happened during a lunchtime, or rather tea time, as they may put it, it's rumored that those who were inside remained traumatic, including the lawyer who was there to represent one of the spouses. But at this very moment, we do understand that the mortuary van has just arrived because the deceased had not yet been taken from outside the courtroom where the incident happened. And we do understand that there is a large contingent of police who are there, as well as the forensic team, to assess as to what had happened and be able to take the deceased out. As you can see behind me, the mortuary van has arrived to do exactly that. And later on, we will be getting communication from the police spokesperson in the province, Colonel Dbn Magistrate, to get further detail as to what had transpired, because at this very moment, all we have is that the dispute started from inside court as the couple were there to settle for divorce. And it is alleged that, amongst other things, there was tension created by facts that are details within their settlement that involved pension, that involved money, but it cannot be taken as a matter of fact until every single detail is confirmed. But the court had to be suspended for a short while. They had to go on a very long lunch break to make room for the police to do their job. Everyone had to be escorted outside while the police continue working inside and making sure that they gather all the relevant evidence at this point. We will recall that the shooting happened because the alleged perpetrator is a police person who came with their work firearm and was allowed inside in that regard. And unfortunately, the worst and the least expected happened inside that courtroom. But we'll be keeping you updated. As you can see behind me, the mortuary van has arrived to take the deceased, and we will be getting more details and clarity perhaps as the day progresses. Nompu?
Sbonga, do we have an idea of the fate of the wife? And on top of that, do we expect proceedings to continue at the court, or is the court going to be completely shut down as a result of today's event or incident?
When we went to inquire much earlier on to enter court, we were told that no one is allowed until after 2. We were about to make our way, me and other journalists. As you can see behind me, there is a large contingent of reporters also camping outside to be able to get some sort of information as to what transpired inside. When we tried to get inside court, we were told that they will only open after 2. And at this very moment afterwards, we will go back again and see whether we will be even allowed again back. Because once we entered, we saw that a number of people were still camping outside as well, people who were here for different matters, as everyone was escorted outside. Whether or not the court will proceed for the rest of the day, it remains questionable. We do not know that as yet. We will get further communication once we speak to the relevant parties as to whether or not the court will continue with its normal proceedings after this incident. But already half the day has gone by. It's just a few hours before the court itself ends today's work. So we will see whether any form of work will continue to proceed this afternoon, or rather just be suspended while they deal with the matter at hand until tomorrow morning.
All right, Sbonga, we'll continue to track the story through you. Thanks for that.